So let's talk about what happens when police make mistakes on your ticket. Usually not a lot. Mistakes on your ticket really only matter if those mistakes go to the heart of the allegation against you. There are certain things that have to be put on a ticket in order for the allegation to be considered legally valid. The ticket has to list the time and the date and the location where the incident occurred, the city, and usually an intersection or street, somewhere specifically identified on the ticket so that you know where the offense took place. It also has to list whether you're being charged as the driver of the vehicle, the owner of the vehicle, a cyclist, a pedestrian, some other person in some other capacity. There's a bunch of little boxes. One of those has to be checked. And there are boxes for what legislation you are being charged under. So whether it's the Motor Vehicle Act, the Cannabis License and Control Act, the Liquor Control Act, the Motor Vehicle Act regulations, anything like that. One of those boxes is going to need to be checked to indicate what legislation is laying the charge. And then the allegation itself has to be set out. It has to be described a certain way as indicated in the regulations, and the section under which you're being charged and the appropriate and applicable statute also has to be identified on the ticket with the correct fine amount. So if there are mistakes in any of those things, anything like the date, time, location, the nature of the allegation, the standardized fine amount, or the standardized offense description, then that could render the ticket invalid. This is what would be known in law as a nullity. But mistakes in those things don't always lead to the ticket being a nullity. For example, if the officer writes that you were driving on September 5th and it was in fact September 4th that you were driving, you would still have to go to court, you would still have to challenge the ticket, and you would have to demonstrate that you weren't driving on September 5th. That might be through cross-examination of the officer or adducing your own evidence. So just because there's a mistake doesn't mean the ticket's automatically going to be thrown out. You may still have to take that mistake to trial. Mistakes on other things don't really matter. Your name, your date of birth, the name and registered owner of the vehicle, the color of the vehicle, most of these things don't matter. In fact, there are even provisions in the law that say if your name is incorrectly described, but it's close, then that's good enough. There is a law that actually says it's good enough if your name is close, and if it's wrong, that doesn't invalidate the charge. So really you're looking for those critical elements of what you did wrong and when you did it wrong and where you did it wrong. Those are the things that are going to be the things that go to the heart of whether the mistake on the ticket can get the ticket thrown out. But if your car is listed as blue when it's in fact gray, that does not make a difference. It does not invalidate the ticket.